I want to talk about Thomas McKean.
Well, what do you know about him?
I know that he signed the Declaration of Independence.
Do you know why?
No, not really.
He was the first power broker in the U.S., as well as the founding father. He was a congressman, husband, father, and an influential man.
Well, now that I know that, I'd like to know who influenced him.
In that case, I want to show you something. John!
Wait, who the heck? Who are...
Travel! Thomas McKean.
Where are we? Madam, this is the 1800s. Wait, what?
So, you're curious about who influenced him, aren't you?
Well, yeah, more specifically, John Locke and Rousseau. Rather specific indeed, I would say. Go, over there. Shoot. Be gone. Go away. No one wants you here. Stop! No, no. The crazy old fart is sleeping.
Why can't we walk up to her?
Misplaced a single leaf. Gone.
Right. You got too excited. Okay, so you want to know how he was influenced, do you? Well, he was more or less his own man, but he had a hand from an old friend named Locke. They both agreed on the right to rule by the people.
Well, wasn't he also influenced by Rousseau?
Yes, and Montesquieu, but we'll get to him later.
McKean signed the Declaration of Independence, which in turn would connect him to Jefferson due to his agreeing with the idea of popular vote, in order to give the country a better chance of survival within itself. McKean had also signed the Articles of Confederation due to being a delegate to the Continental Congress. In his early life, Thomas's family was not as wealthy as a Virginia planter, but they were not as poor as a rope maker. His father owned a tavern and was able to send Thomas to school to acquire an education. It would be here that he met and struck up a friendship with future Delaware delegate George Reed. He was admitted to the Delaware bar in 1755 and the Pennsylvania bar the following year. From there, he lived a life of public service. He served as an Attorney General of Sussex County, Speaker of the General Assembly of the Lower Colonies, and Judge of the Court of Common Pleas. McKean would participate in the Country Party of Delaware, and it would be here that he would meet Caesar Rodney. The Country Party of Delaware was a political party that favored independence over British rule. His close friend George Reed would be one of the influential members of the Court Party, which was in favor of British reconciliation and rule. In spite of his primary residence in Philadelphia, McKean remained the effective leader for American independence in Delaware, along with George Reed and Caesar Rodney. He was one of Delaware's delegates to the First Continental Congress in 1774 and the Second Continental Congress in 1775 and 1776. As an outspoken advocate of independence, McKean was a key voice in persuading others to vote for a split with Great Britain. When Congress began debating a resolution of independence in June 1776, Caesar Rodney was no longer present. Reed was against independence, which meant that the Delaware delegation was split between McKean and himself, and therefore could not vote in favor of independence. McKean requested that the absent Rodney ride all night from Dover to break the tie. After the vote in favor of independence on July 2nd, McKean participated in the debate over the wording of the official Declaration of Independence, which was approved on July 4th. A day or two after McKean had casted his vote, he left Congress to serve as a colonel in command of the 4th Battalion of the Pennsylvania Associators, which was a militia unit that Benjamin Franklin created in 1747. They joined Washington's defense of New York City at Perth Amboy, New Jersey. Benjamin Franklin also expressed the concept when he wrote, "In free governments, the rulers are the servants, and the people are their superiors and sovereigns." Being in the 4th Battalion of the Pennsylvania Associators, Thomas may have heard this from Benjamin and decided to believe the same thing. McKean served as the interim president of the state of Delaware in the fall of 1777, during which time he was already serving as Chief Justice of Pennsylvania. McKean served Pennsylvania in this capacity from 1777 until 1799, helping to establish judicial practice and precedent in the new nation. In 1781, during his brief term as President of the United States under the Articles of Confederation, the British surrendered at Yorktown. McKean went on to serve in the Pennsylvania Convention that voted to ratify the federal Constitution. In 1799, he became governor of Pennsylvania, a position he held until 1808. McKean was absent during the signing of the Declaration of Independence on August 2nd, 1776, and since his signature did not appear on the printed copy that was authenticated on January 17th, 1777, it is assumed that he signed after that date, possibly as late as 1781.
Go.
McKean had a connection to both Locke and Rousseau in this manner, as they were the original thoughts to the idea of popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty is part of the seventh principle, that the authority of a state and its government is created and sustained by the consent of its people through their elected representatives, who are the source of all political power.
So to put it short, he believed in rule by the people, just like those two. Cool. What about Montesquieu?
Thomas was influenced by Montesquieu because of the words he had once written down. Liberty is the right of doing whatever the law permits. We see the quote here as being an idea that most, if not all, founding fathers would have supported.
It sort of goes along with the ideas that Locke and Rousseau shared.
While still governor in 1804, McKean County, Pennsylvania was named in McKean's honor. He remained an active political voice in Philadelphia until his death in 1817. So, to sum it up, everything connected. Thomas was connected to Jefferson because they both signed the Declaration of Independence. Thomas was connected to Benjamin because he'd been in Benjamin's battalion and probably heard some of Benjamin's beliefs. Benjamin believed in popular sovereignty, just like Locke and Rousseau. Montesquieu had also believed in popular sovereignty, which must have inspired Thomas.
So it all kind of connects.
Exactly.
Well, then I'm satisfied.
Uh-oh. John, we need to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Leave.
Well, I hope you had a good learning experience from our little adventure.
Yeah, I guess I did. There's just one important question you haven't answered.
What?
Who is that?
Bye-bye.
The original thoughts to the idea of popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty is...
You mean sovereignty?
It sort of goes with that, with that.
John, you're so bad! The source of all political power.
But wasn't he also influenced by Rousseau? Wait, what? What did I do wrong? What?
You read the wrong line.
I read the first line that was there.
I want to talk about Thomas McKean.
Hey!
What influenced him?
In that case, I want to show you something. John!
Wait, what?
That was good. That was a good one. That was a good one.
No more squeaky toy?
No!